Hey, what's up? It's your boy Reconcile, man. You watching the Plug channel. You already know what it is. Plug in, boy.
They said the shooting, I cannot feel it. I cannot take no license. I'm going hard, ain't no quit. Start a war, I'm gon' fit it. Ain't no fear, tell them I'm with it. Start a war, I'm gon' fit it. Start a war, I'm from.
Hey, what up? It's your boy Jabez, aka the CHH Ninja, and I'm here with Reconcile, the man, the myth, the legend. How you doing, brother? So anyways, man, we are here and you are watching the Plug channel. We're here at an event in Broward County right now, man. If people don't know about you for some reason, because they're under a rock, how would you explain your music to them?
Yeah, man, so, you know, you just imagine a dude coming out of South Florida from challenging neighborhoods that fell in love with Jesus, needed Jesus, got saved from a lot of negative stuff, and wanted to make music that I felt like would have ministered to me at that time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because really what I was trying to do was, when I started making music, the goal was like, yo, I want everybody that came from where I come from to get exposed to what just happened to me, which my life was changing.
Right.
And I wanted to communicate like it could change you and save you too. You know what I'm saying?
And it definitely does, man, because coming from your Fort Myers background, then Miami, went to Atlanta.
A lot of people don't know about Fort Myers, bro.
Oh, well, why don't you let them know about that, man? The upbringing, man.
I be trying to tell boys be like, yeah, South Florida, yeah, Miami, this. There's two cities. Nah, 954 and West Palm ain't gonna like me for this, but it's two cities that create culture in South Florida. That's Miami and that's Fort Myers. If you don't know nothing about Fort Myers, bro, you need to Google Fort Myers, type in Fort Myers Easter or something like that. You kind of see the element that we came out of, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, Fort Myers, it's a two-way track, streets and football. And
got that.
Streets and football.
Yeah.
And other places it's otherwhere. Like I think the biggest difference I would say that's the biggest difference between Fort Myers and Miami or other big cities in Florida is when you live like in Miami, you can drive down the street and see $1 million home.
Right.
And Fort Myers ain't no $1 million home.
Nah,
you
you're
know
right.
What I'm
Yeah.
saying? Everybody got nothing. Everybody got the same mentality. Everybody living for nothing. You know what I'm saying? And so I think it creates a lot of tough life. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah. I mean, if you only got two ways, it's gonna be tough, man. So you're either gonna pick this one or pick something that's gonna lead you into the jail.
Especially if you really look at it and go, that's my best shot. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
and you did that. You had a football experience, right?
I played football.
All right now. So tell them about that. Well, let me ask you this. So how do you go from that upbringing, knowing that struggle, and going into the football and thinking this is the only way out, and then?
Yeah, well, my dad, I remember one time, man, this was like after my mom had left, and me and my dad, we was not feeling each other.
Yeah.
I love my dad. I just talked to him today, but when I was coming up, I ain't like him.
Right.
I ain't like him at all.
Shout out, Pops.
Yeah, love you, man. When I was coming up, I didn't like him, and I remember one time, I was staying at my grandma's house, and I went to his house for some reason, and he stopped me, and he walked. There was a table that had a bunch of bills on it, and he picked up a bill and he said, this is the reason why I go so hard on you. This is the reason why I whoop you so hard. This is the reason why I beat you all the time. This is the reason, because I don't want you to be me. I want you to be better than me. I don't. Wow. And then he opened up the bill, and one of them was a bank statement. The other one was a bill. He had like a couple dollars in the bank, literally like maybe $3.76, and he was just showing me like all the thousands of dollars he owed on all these different bills. And he was like, I don't want this to be your existence. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I feel like I get up every day and I don't have nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so for him, football was like, that was plan A through Z. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do this football. You know what I'm saying? I don't got no other thing to give you, to tell you. I ain't seen over the hill. All I know is you need to make this football a full opportunity to a better life. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that's why when he saw me making so many mistakes in high school, I think that's what enraged him. Because he's like, you're messing up your life. You know what I'm saying? You're messing up the football dream. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I hear. You know, that relationship with you and your father. I had the same thing. I was gangbanging and drug dealing, and my dad was an undercover narcotics police officer. So we didn't have a really good relationship. But the same way like your dad was treating you, I got the same treatment, but that gave me submission when I got older. It made me strict in my walk in the Lord when I got older. You know what I'm saying? So some of those things made you who you are. All those things made you who you are today.
My value system is shaped a lot by my father. Not so much because my father wasn't a Christian when I became a Christian. But like my dad taught me a lot of things about just persevering, hard work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? How much you can get through life without having. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't need nothing, to be honest. All you need is air.
Amen.
That's all that you
all you need is air.
Is some air today. So
right, amen.
You got air, you can make it happen.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
So I got some of them things from him, just watching him, you know. I mean, I'm talking about a dude who sat there, you ride your car on E. we had a saying for him. We would say, man, you riding your car on fumes.
On fumes.
He ain't got no gas in it, just fumes.
He at the end of it.
You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
I don't know how many times he would call me and be like, I broke down. And then I'll get my grandma van and go like, we go push the car to the gas station. Like I done seen, we done went through a lot.
Right. So you got a documentary out, man, and I shared it on our CHH promotions page because it's very intense. It's very real. You know what I'm saying? Explain to the people about your documentary. You do a lot of stuff with Juvenile. You do a lot of stuff with Juvenile, not the rapper, Juvenile detention centers. And you do a lot for the streets, and I can see that from your upbringing. I'm assuming that's why you're going back to it.
Yeah.
Explain to the folks about your documentary, man.
Yeah, so we did a doc, and in the doc, it's less of a you following the story, and it's more like you getting like commentary straight from me about how I see and view things. You know what I'm saying? And then there's a couple stories in there that are surreal. You know what I mean? But I think one of the coolest things about the documentary is if you want to know who Reconcile is as a person, as an artist, that's what's on display.
Right.
As well as, you know what I'm saying, some challenging situations that are all too common, and then the solutions to those.
Right.
Hope in Christ, hope in Jesus. And I think our goal when we did the documentary was really for people to get an understanding of like why I make music, why I do the things I do. And hopefully if they fell in love with that, they would want to see us, you know what I'm saying, push this whole thing further. You know what I'm saying?
I liked it, man, and I'm not dissing nobody else of docs that I've seen, any documentaries of folks. It was personal. It wasn't all about you.
Right.
It was about the people you're trying to reach.
Yeah.
You had them in there, they spoke the way they felt. That's what got my attention more for me to get people to, let's watch this.
Even so much in what we do as who I am as a creative. I remember one night I was actually in a locker room in college when we was writing music, doing music then, and I had this epiphany. And I left out the locker room, I called my homie, I said, bro, we should never write songs selfishly.
Amen.
Like people are going through so much stuff. Like, how dare I sit on here and talk about how nice I am?
Right.
How dare I sit here and talk about a beef I got with something that's not like edifying or beneficial to them? Like, unless it's a problem that they also like. Just let's be super intentional about what we make music for.
Right.
And I didn't even put two and two together. Like, as somebody watching it, because that's our aim and goal, it seems like it's about other people. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, yeah, and that's how I took it.
Yeah,
and that's what made it stick out for me.
Our focus is
Right.
It's always about, painting other people's problems, their struggles, making them real, bringing light to them, bringing hope and solutions to people who are in those situations.
Right.
And to me, I feel like that's just powerful music.
It is. And you guys gotta check out that documentary like as soon as possible. Streets Don't Love You documentary, right? That's what it is?
Yeah, the Streets Don't Love You documentary.
So speaking of that, you got the new EP out. You got Any Means, Unconditional, what is it, Life in the Beans or whatnot? What track is that?
14 in the Beans.
Bro, 14 in the Beans. Okay, they wanted me to specifically ask about this. What the whole track come about? It's real
I think
deal.
you're getting the first
I got them mixed?
No, you're getting the first cut of
the track list.
Telling somebody about how the song came about.
Oh, amen.
Yeah, so 14 in the Beans was a story, a real life story from a kid that I encountered in the detention center.
Wow.
I met this kid, so I'm in the detention center every week. If you go into the detention center and pick the log up of who's in there, you're just gonna see pages on pages of me and my homie.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Shout
dope.
out Pastor Glenn.
Pastor.
And shout out Bethany and all the females that continue to
Amen.
serve the young girls too as well. I was sharing the gospel one night, and I met so many different individuals. I met YNW Melly. I was reaching out, ministering him before he was any rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, because there's so many kids that come through their opportunity to speak life into them. But I was sharing the gospel, and you know, we did like a call to give kids the opportunity to respond to the gospel. And this young man came over, couldn't have been nothing but like 14, 90 pounds, like just real little like just real skinny little small kid. Like you would be like, yo, what are you doing in here?
Right.
But I mean, probably had been through more than any kid that was sitting in that room.
Dang.
And
I hear that.
so I brought him over. We was talking, and I said, you know, what do you feel like the Lord is saying to you in this moment? And he's like, I don't know, man. I feel like God don't answer prayers. And he's like, I just want to talk about that. Like, does he answer prayers or not? And I said, why you feel like he don't answer prayers? Because he said I was praying to him, and he didn't answer my prayer. And then I started, I'm trying to like evaluate, because a lot of kids that ask me, hey, can you pray if I get out next Friday? And it's like, bro, you just
got a
robbed
certain
somebody
day.
and beat their head in, bro. Like, you need to sit.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, I ain't finna pray for you to get out. It might definitely be God's will that you here right now.
Right.
While you on the inside, work on the inside.
That's good. That's good.
You know what I'm saying? But he was like, I said, give me an example of God didn't answer a prayer. And he said, we ain't had no food in the house. Our lights got cut off, and I was praying that our lights wouldn't get cut off. I living with my grandma. My parents are deceased, and my father's in prison. My mom's deceased. My father's in prison. And I said, so what happened? He said, well, the lights cut off, and we were broke, and we had no money for food. So my brother started hitting licks, and his brother was hitting licks, robbing trap houses. And so I said, well, and so I'm asking him, I'm like, where's the brother now? What's he doing? Because he said my brother was able to get the money. We cut the lights back on.
Right.
I said, where's your brother now? He said he got murdered. I said,
Dang.
so I was asking him, I said, so what's going on? How's your grandma? This and that. And he was pretty much saying my grandma put me out. I was like, why? Well, because our house got shot up. Like, well, why the house get shot up?
14, right, you said?
Yeah. I said, why the house get shot up? Something you did, something your brother did. He said, well, after my brother died, I went and robbed that same trap house. And he was just like, you know what I'm saying? And I told him, I was like, man, your brother ran a play that was never gonna work.
Man.
And then you got back in the huddle and ran the same play.
Right.
And I think a lot of times, it's a lot of people do. You running plays that don't work. It's a lot of different plays you can run in life. But sometimes the devil points it out like you only got one play. I can even say that in the song. The devil paint the picture like it's only one play. 14 no heart, 14 no heart. He can't even see the sun in the broad day.
Gosh, bro.
But
that's deep, dude.
that was the story, and
that's life there, though.
yeah, he continued to get older, and his question was, you know what I'm saying, can God save me? And yeah, he can. You know what I'm saying?
He's still in now? You mind me asking?
He had some long time. So he was sitting, and I think he might have got. I don't want to say his over situation, but
you're good.
Yeah, he had some time.
Amen, man. So listen, before we get out of here, how can they find your music? If somebody that because you're a minister, dude. I interview a lot of folks, bro, and just how you're responding to certain questions, you're bringing it back to a ministry mindset. So first, I want to thank you for that. All right, like big time. So your social media, and for whoever's watching that never heard your music or never heard anything having to do with God and this type of music, what would you say to that individual?
Man, I would say first off, man, like connecting with God is the greatest thing you can do, and building a relationship with God, growing with God. Put yourself in positive situations, you know what I'm saying? Put positive people around you, you know what I'm saying? And the more you open up your heart and your life to God, it won't fix everything in your life, but you'll have a better perspective and a trajectory. And as you keep walking with God, because He promises He'll never leave or forsake us, you keep walking with God, your life will be in a whole different place. You'll at least be in God's will. And if you're looking for some dope music, you You check mine out anywhere you check music out, Apple Music, Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, all that different stuff. Don't go to MySpace, bro. You gonna find nothing over there. And they check me out on IG, Reconcile Us. There's a bunch of dudes that do what I do. One of my favorite cats is 7. I mess with Thizzle, Derek Mana. It's a bunch of cats out there. So, you know, don't just listen to me. Get all the different stuff around it, you know, and edify yourself.
Amen. All right, man, that's it. So it's your boy Jabez. You are watching the Plug channel. Reconcile, appreciate it, man.
My dog J Players, he the plug, boy.
He the plug.
Boy.